Hey folks, so I'm back and just finished doing a little business this morning on trying to get my order on my next record straight. Dealing with this little company has been it's been slow. I will reserve complete judgment until I receive some product. But I just watched To The Boy Ellis's latest video where he showed some jazz. Really helped my mood, so I wanted to get on here. Listen to this. Seeing Henry just really helped my mood tremendously. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So what we have here is some Julius Hemphill. Coon business, yo. Coon business. We talking some coon business now. Okay? Some of you older folks, or depending on where you live, know what coon business meant at one time. On Heiress to Freedom. So we're obviously listening to the blues, right? This is some badass motherfucking blues, though, isn't it? Okay? This is pretty potent shit. Julius Hemphill. On this side, doing the hard blues, he's got Philip Wilson on drums, Abdul Wadud on cello, Hamiet Bluyet on baritone sax, and Bakida E.J. Carroll on trumpet besides Hemphill on sax. I mean, you can just hear. Again, that's why I've been enjoying doing the needle drops, is because you can hear for yourself, the music, decide for yourself. It's right there. I haven't really felt motivated to grab start pulling stacks of records to kind of respond to some of the recent continuing great videos that folks are making. I'm just like that, I get kind of hot and cold, Same thing with Facebook. It's like I've been popping over there and saying hello, but I'm kind of cold on it right now. I really have not felt like taking pictures and of what I'm playing and uploading it and getting into conversations. I just haven't felt like it. Not that it's over, but I'm like that, hot and cold. I've also always been like that in life, whereas I'll arrive and then I leave. People that know me know what I'm talking about, but I'm always here. That's the thing, I'm always here. I noticed on Facebook that there's a friend, Emily Hay. I befriended her a while back. I knew she was a musician, but it finally, yes, I have some of her work. Emily Hay with Marcos Fernandez. This is called We Are. Once again, it's a co-production of Public Eyesore and another label, which is how she came to my attention through my friend Brian Day, who owns and runs the label. Really challenging human work. She does throat stuff. She does things with the throat somewhere between, not between, but anywhere the gamut from what Meredith Monk is doing with throat guttural things to Yoko Ono to her own thing altogether. This was really interesting to listen to this morning. I've been thinking one thing I can do is kind of mimic Dixieland Farm. He did a couple videos where he just pulled, so I did that. I'll show you what's here. This is J starting here. And right here in the end is we start with Jane. And the end of my Jane's, this is like Jane, Age of Madness, and then Jane number 9. I know these are kind of far away. I'm just going to do it for a second. Then we get into Bert Jansch, Moonshine. That's the next J. Oops. Let's keep going here just for a second. What's next here? Then we get into Jansen Barbieri. You know they're amongst my favorites from the band Japan, which works out perfect. Jansen Barbieri again. This is pretty collectible Japanese pressing. Chris 4127 Basket found a copy, yeah. Then we get into my Japan assemblage. Yeah, I love Japan. David Sylvian, Quiet Life. What's next? I'll pull a few more. What's next? Visions of China, 12-inch. Gentlemen Take Polaroids, Japan. This is a disc called Japan. It's an American comp. This is their masterpiece, Tin Drum. Exorcising Ghosts. I think that's their live album. 12-inch single, Visions of China. Canton. Excellent song, Ghosts. Cantonese Boy by Japan. Fantastic stuff. Again, Night Porter by Japan. All Tomorrow's Parties. I don't really like their version of it, but I have it. It's part of my collection. Let me just see what else is in J. I'll go a little bit further. What's next in J? Visions of China by Japan. What's next? Japanther, Don't Trust Anyone Over 30. I have Chris in Chicago, John Coltrane 68 to thank for this. Ooh, yeah, Jargon. Fantastic jazz rock from Finland, I think. Jargon. On the Dig It label. I'll have to needle drop this sometime. Jean-Michel Jarre, Oxygen. What's next? Equinox. Magnetic Fields. Zuluk. With the concerts in China. The Essential, Jean-Michel Jarre. Rendezvous, Jean-Michel Jarre. And what's next? Jarre. The next would be obviously Jarrett, Keith Jarrett. Expectations. I like what To the Boy Ellis, what you said about Keith Jarrett. I seldom listen to Keith Jarrett, but my favorite album of his is his organ album, Hymns Spears. Amazing. That's my favorite. But I have all this stuff. Ruta and Aicha. And if I see Keith Jarrett that I don't have for cheap, I still pick it up. Because there are times when it's right. The mood is right. Death in the Flower. Arbor-Zena. That's just right there in the J's. Let's see. Right below it here is the M's. Where are we at on the end here? I'll just pull a few and I'm going to stop. Okay. Right here on the end, we're at the Metheny's. Pat Metheny, 8081. Metheny and Lyle Mays. Off Ramp. 12-inch single by Metheny. Letter from Home. First Circle, Pat Metheny Group. With Charlie Hayden and Billy Higgins. Just showing you exactly what's here on the end here. Metheny and Ornette Coleman, Song X. Yeah, this one's real good. Travels, Metheny. Let's see what's next after MET. After MET, we get into MEW, which is Mew. I only have one album on vinyl by Mew with the long ass title. No More Stories. It's a long title. Mew. What's next? MIA, Arular. I dig this album. Next we have M Frog Labatt. M Frog. Early pioneer electronic stuff on Bearsville. What do we have next? Meow. This is on the factory label. Meow. Pedals in the Stream by David Michael and Randy Mead. Kind of new age, but beautiful. I'm going to set this out. I've been meaning to get to that. Michelangelo. Pop Psych on Columbia. Micro Disney. The Clock Comes Down the Stairs. Micro Disney. Good band. Microstoria. Reprovisers. Very cool. What's next here? Stefan Mikas. Oh man, we haven't talked about Stefan Mikas yet. Amazing musician, Stefan Mikas. Mighty Lemon Drops. Barry Miles. Piero Milesi. This is awesome. Nuclear Observatory of Mr. Nanoff. The Millennium Begin. Phil Miller, Cutting Both Ways. Phil Miller, who was in National Health. Great guitarist. Jeff Mills from Detroit. At First Sight. One of the original techno masters. Ilan Mimaroglu. Musique Noire. This is on Finidar. He came to my attention doing an album with Freddie Hubbard that's pretty avant-garde. Last thing I'll show is Mind Pollution. Mind Pollution. So that's just kind of a nod to Chris Dixieland Farm, doing a quick pull for you folks to kind of just show you unashamedly what's in my collection for a second. And I'm going to leave it right there. I want to thank Henry to the Boy Ellis for keeping it real and uplifting my mood. Thanks, Henry.